Nampola. My name is Pemzam and I'm working at the Royal Botanical Garden under the National Biodiversity Center Serbithang as a biodiversity officer. The Royal Botanical Garden was established in the year 1999 to commemorate the Silver Jubilee celebration of His Majesty the Fourth Tuggalpo's Golden Reign. It serves as an ex situ living plant conservation area, and it also acts as an environmental educational resource center for students and general visitors. To emphasize on the importance of biodiversity conservation, the Royal Botanical Garden recently inaugurated the Biodiversity Interpretation Center, a first of its kind in Bhutan. It is a one-stop hub that provides an overview of Bhutan's biodiversity. It was established with the main objective to spread awareness on the rich biodiversity of Bhutan and to advocate on the importance of biodiversity conservation. The Biodiversity Information Center is dedicated to His Royal Highness the First Kelsey of Bhutan, Kelsey Jigme Namgyal Wangchuck, in commemoration of His Kelsey's 5th birth anniversary.
Basic information here we have displays are the objects, common objects, the images, interpretive text, and the audio-visual on the different documentaries on our programs. And moreover, the aims to put the different small sections on the different corners. We have like 42 corners to give the overview on the information. Thus here we have the display on the plant in religion. So here we have a basic or common display on the plants that are important in our religion, like Oroxylum, Namkaling, Chakusha, Temukchi, Pemameto. These are some of the commons. Here we have display on the cultural objects that are used by our Buddhist people. So we have kept as a Buddhist biocultural collection, which is very important to give our cultural relationship with the environment and also the plant. Here is a display of natural dyes. So here we have displayed the common natural dyes plants that are used in our common Buddhist culture. So here we have a display of images and the nature physical objects, some of the common dyes that are used. These are the plant stem that are used for the willow dye, and some from the leaves dye, and some from fruit dye. Here is the display of our common traditional medicine that are used in our Soirikpal and as well as in our local users. And here we have displayed the Sependes Rarak, Nakapani, smaller, Nakapani, then Putishing, Aru Baru Churu Mula. Thus here is the display of our common Yartsagen Bubla, Kodisevla. So everybody knows Yartsagen Bubla. I think this is this June month is the right time for the Cordyceps collection. So these are some of the characters for the children, how they looks like, and how these are important. These are some of the common text that we have put. Here is a display of our typical Buddhist Xylarium. These are the common important and significant species of the tree species that are used in our traditional as well as in the religion purpose. So example like this is the Pauzulzia rugulusa dar. This is one species that is commonly used in the Kenkar to make a palang. And these are the sal, agarwood, tagoshing, tactonogreen, and teak. And even we have displayed for the children to know about the tree's age. So from different trees, they have like they will give different age lah, depends on their growth more. So this corner is for the common ornamental plant lah. So in this lighted box lah, this plant species are mostly native lah, native ornamental lah. Here is the corner for the insects diversity of Bhutan lah. So here we have displayed only the common insects that are found across the Bhutan lah. Still there is a lot more to come lah here. And currently with the literature and the published documents, we have current records like the moth 1115 species lah, butterflies 753 species, dragonflies and damselflies 94 species lah, and bees and wasps lah 84 species lah. So with the diversity of insects, there is also diversity in their life stages lah, life cycle lah. So here we have mainly shows their two life cycle, incomplete and complete life cycle insects they have. So here one is with egg, larva, pupa and adult stage. And one with this dragonflies, grasshopper, they shows like incomplete life cycle, egg, nymph and adult. Here is the corner for incense. Here we have displayed some of the common plant parts that are used to make incense in Bhutan. So here we have displayed only 10 common species. Actually there is more numbers, but these are some of the common species that are used in Bhutan. So example like ruta, arubar, palu, sulu, shoop, these are some most common.
Over here we have the silk and silkworm corner. As we are all aware how silk is popular in Bhutan, especially with women. They wear silk, wonju, tego and kira. So we have displayed different types of silk and silkworms. So according to the species of plant that the silkworm feeds on, we obtain different types of silk like mulberry silk, eri silk, tassar silk and muga silk. We have displayed some of the silk most commonly available silk in Bhutan as displayed here. So the kids or the visitors, they are aware of how silk is produced. And over here we have the life history of silkworm. So first they lay their eggs on the leaves of the plants, and then they turn into mature caterpillars, and then they develop a cocoon over themselves. And once the caterpillar is ready, they turn into an adult butterfly or a moth, and then afterwards these cocoons are taken by people, and then they harvest the silk from these cocoons. In this corner we have the panel for bees and wasps and also the pollination panel. In Bhutan we have over 40 species of bees, and it is important to advocate on the importance of bees, because bees are the sole pollinator and they always help in sustaining the agriculture and food security. Over here in this corner, we have fun facts about seeds. As we are all aware, there are different types of seeds ranging from their sizes. So here we have an instrument which is called a microscope. So what it does is it helps in magnifying the seeds, especially the orchid seeds, which are very tiny and it is not visible to the human eye. So with the help of this microscope, we can see the very tiny microscopic seeds of an orchid.
So these are the plants of the world. So here we show the different parts of the roots and stems, and also the different sizes and different shapes and everything. So similarly we have also for the leaves. So here they also show the different sizes, different shapes of the leaves and different alteration, different arrangement of the leaves. So this is how we basically learn the identification of the plants. So similarly we have for the flowers and fruits. So we have like different kinds of fruits as well. So we need to we wanted to create awareness among the students and tourists that identification of the plants are based on the different parts and different sizes, different shapes of the roots, leaves and fruits. And coming to the plants in Bhutan, so as Bhutan being the part of the Eastern Himalayan global hotspots. So we have like more than 4,500 species of plants, vascular plants, which are commonly known as flowering plants, which bear these seeds. So here we conduct lots of other researches like exploration of new species new to Bhutan, and then also species that are new to the science. So yearly we discover like 1 or 2 species that are new to the science, and then we name accordingly to the scientific nomenclatures. And coming to the posters here, we have the living plant fossil species known as Tetracentrum sinensis, which are we can find it at Tochula and also in eastern parts like Yangtze. And coming to the red list species, so red listing is basically the categorization of the threatened plant species like critically endangered, threatened, near threatened, extinct and all. So coming to the plants here, so these are some of the threatened plant species like this orchid, a lady sleeper orchid known as Paphipetalum ferrianum. So this is a endangered species, so mostly found in southern belts in the limestone areas. And also we have some few Meconopsis blue poppy species which are also threatened to globally threatened. And similarly we have a display of deciduous plants, timber species and also invasive species. And coming to the deciduous plants, we have only one species which is a deciduous coniferous tree species which is large, Larix gravithi. And coming to the invasive plant species, we have like 16 plant species which are major invasive plant species in Bhutan. So for example, we have like lantana camera pictured here. So these are invading in the agricultural lands and then invading the native plant species. These invasive plant species are mostly introduced from neighboring countries, and then they are eroding the native plant species and then invading the agricultural and forest plant species. And coming to the plant samples here, so these are the few examples of the plant parts used as a food and other uses. So for example, like we have the Dioscorea, which is also known as yam. So these are mostly eaten in eastern and then southern belts. So these yam Dioscorea species, they are also used in religious ceremonies and offerings in eastern parts. So coming to the mammals of Bhutan, so we have like nearly around 200 species of mammals in Bhutan, which are recorded through evidence based on camera trappings by the Department of Forest and Park Services. So coming to the mammals display here, so we also have a display of a few threatened species according to the red listing, which is carried out by IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature, which is also known as World Conservation Union. So for example, like we have here Chinese pangolin, Menis petadactyla. So this is also one of the critically endangered species also found in southern belts and the temperate regions of the forest, and it is also one of the most illegally traded species in Bhutan. So similarly we have like musk deer and also the Royal Bengal tiger here. So we also have a few display of other species of plants, other species of mammals. For example, like pygmy hawk and red panda, which are very elusive and rarely spotted. So these species are mostly they require the conservation efforts from the government. So coming to the birds of Bhutan, so we have more than 750 species of birds as of 2020, and here we have like similarly we have threatened species like blazed tragopan, Pallas fish eagle, and then red-headed vultures, and then also the white-bellied heron. So we also had the threatened black-necked crane, but now it is categorized as vulnerable by the red list IUCN. And coming to the mollusc diversity of Bhutan, mollusc falls under the invertebrate group category. So invertebrates group are one of the most largest groups of biodiversity in the world. So in Bhutan, we have been carrying out the inventory of the invertebrates. So here we are focusing on the snails, molluscs, and molluscs are one of the mostly used. The shells are mostly used for religious purpose, which is also known as tunkar in Zonghal. So we have more than 90 species of mollusk species in Bhutan, like snails. So for example, like we have like gulls, giant African land snail, so which is the invasive snail species in Gelposhing. So it has been causing lots of problem to the community in Gelposhing. So this is one of the this is where we have to intervene and then carry out one of the strategies to eradicate this kind of invasive species in Bhutan. So similarly, we have been documenting lots of other snail species. So this is one of the 4 kinds of mussels found in Bhutan. So this is one of the largest mussels found in Bhutan. So we also have other smaller mussels found in Bhutan. So likewise, we have documented lots of other snail species. So likewise, we have also found one of the smallest snail species in Bhutan, one of the snail species in the world, which is also found in Bhutan in 2019. Research carried out by NBC and other collaborators. So coming to the protected area system in Bhutan, so we are showing the protected areas, which is mostly around 51% of the country is under protected area, which includes 5 national parks and 4 wildlife sanctuaries, and also 7 biological corridors. And these biological corridors are interlinking all the protected areas, which serves as a pathway for the mammals and other migrating species in the protected areas. Similarly, we are also showing the forest cover of Bhutan, which is around 71% of the countries. Here we have displaying the subtropical region, temperate region, and subalpine region, and the alpine region. So we basically have around 4 different zones of forests in the country.